Ever wondered what animals do after the zoo is closed? Well, they have late night kung fu fights, of course. I'm Rob from JTRpodcast.com. I'm going to show you how to play Kung Fu Zoo. This is a game for 2 to 4 players, plays in about 10 minutes, is designed by Charlie Price and is published by WizKids. You play as an animal, fighting 1 to 3 other animals, either score the most points or be the last animal standing to win. There are 2 types of fights, the cage battle and the points battle. Let's start with the cage. Each player gets 4 dice of an animal and an animal sheet which is placed on the cage battle side. You choose a random start player for the first round, the loser of the last round decides who goes first in future rounds. The first player will pick one of their dice, put it on the midpoint of any rail and flick it into the arena. The second player does the same, but on the first flick, the die must hit the rail before hitting the other player's die. Play continues until all animals are in the arena, and then players take turns picking up animals and flicking them back into the arena, depending on how they're positioned. If the die is face up, it can be flicked from anywhere around the arena. If the die is back, side or butt up, it is flicked from any midpoint on the rails. An animal that is feet up cannot be reflicked. The animal sheet will show which side is which. Dice knocked into the corner cages are eliminated, and if a flick knocks an opponent into a cage, that player may take an additional turn with the die already in the arena. And if a player knocks a die out the arena, that die is lost, but if they knock an opponent's die out the arena, that player can knock it back into play immediately. Every animal has a special ability that can be used once per round. For example, the zebra action forces an opponent to close their eyes while flicking. And when a player can't take any more actions because their animals are caged, feet up or somewhere on the floor, the opponent will win the round and the first player to 3 rounds wins the game. If playing a cage match with 3 or 4 players, players are able to flick feet up dice by using their little finger or their opposite hand. Players also start the round with 2 dice, and once those 2 dice are caged, they will flick their other 2 dice into play on consecutive turns. Once a player's opponent's dice are all caged, the sole survivor will win the round. A points battle is played in the same way as a cage battle. If a player knocks an opponent's die into a cage, they can reflick another die from the arena as a bonus turn. If it's face up, it can be flicked from anywhere, otherwise it must be flicked from the midpoint. If a player flicks their own die out of the arena, it's lost. If they flick an opponent's dice out of the arena, they can put it back into play face up. Once all 4 animals have been flicked into play, players score for animals in the arena based on this chart, then points are awarded. For example, if a player scores 9 points and their opponent scores 5, the player who scored the higher number of points will gain the difference, in this case 4. Players will play rounds until a player has 21 points. When playing with 3 or 4 players, use 3 dice, keep your own score and see who has the most points after 5 rounds. And that's Kung Fu Zoo, an arena fighting dexterity game. Please like this video if you found it useful, share it to let others know about it, and subscribe to the channel for more how to play videos as well as other board game related content. You can find me on Twitter at JTRpodcast, to find the blog and podcast at JTRpodcast.com. I'll be Rob aka Jesta ThaRogue. Until next time, keep on Kung Fu fighting.